Hey everyone, and welcome back to your daily crypto download. It is December 2nd, 2025, and wow, the market is looking very green today. So let's waste no time and jump right into the three numbers you absolutely have to know.
First up, the big one. Bitcoin is back, and it's back in a big way, smashing right past resistance to reclaim that $87,000 level.
Next, you gotta follow the money. A jaw-dropping $426 million in stablecoins just poured into the Aptos network. We're talking in the last 24 hours, folks. That's a massive signal, and we are definitely going to unpack that in a minute.
And rounding us out, Solana is absolutely flying, posting a super solid 5% gain as the network just keeps picking up steam in the DeFi world.
Okay, so let's get into it. There's clearly a rebound happening, no doubt about it. But, the feeling on the ground is still kind of complicated. So what we're really seeing is this fascinating push and pull, right? On one side, you've got huge institutional news and a chill Fed, which is getting everyone excited. But on the other side, there's still that little bit of caution hanging around, that risk-off feeling from last week that's kind of keeping a lid on things.
And that brings us perfectly to the biggest story of the day, which, of course, is all about the king itself, Bitcoin.
So yeah, as we saw, the price is looking great, pushing back up to that critical $87,000 mark. But the real story here isn't just the price, it's why it's happening.
And there are two massive reasons. First, the one grabbing all the headlines, Vanguard. Yep, the multi-trillion-dollar giant is finally opening the door for its clients to get into crypto ETFs. Then, you've got the US Federal Reserve basically saying, hey, we're not going to tighten the economy right now, and that's letting a lot of investors breathe a sigh of relief.
This quote really just says it all. When a titan of old-school finance like Vanguard gets in the game, it's not just about new money coming in. It is a massive, flashing signal to the rest of Wall Street that crypto is here to stay. This is a huge stamp of approval. So you have to wonder, right? Is this the final domino? Is this the moment Wall Street goes all in? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. Now, while Bitcoin's having a great day, things are a little more interesting for Ethereum.
While Bitcoin seems to be on a clear path upwards, Ethereum's story today is, well, it's more of a tug-of-war, really. You've got these bullish and bearish forces just battling it out.
So you've got this real split personality. On the good side, the price is up 3%, topping $4,700, and the activity on the blockchain looks really strong. But on the bad side, you've got these large holders, the whales, who are selling and putting a lot of downward pressure on the price. And to make things worse, there's some bad vibes spilling over from a security breach at Yearn Finance, which is making people a little nervous about the DeFi space in general.
And look, it's a fair thing to worry about. When a big project gets hit, it can definitely shake your confidence. I'm curious, does news like that actually change how you think about your investments? Let us know. All right, let's zoom out from the big two for a second, because the altcoin market is where some really crazy stuff is happening today.
So, like we said at the top, Solana's up a strong 5%, pushing past $128, and that's just driven by real DeFi growth. Then you have XRP getting a nice little bump of almost 3%, basically riding the hype from an analyst who said a move to $4 would be easy, but as cool as those are, that's not the main event.
Now, the real headline, the one you really need to pay attention to in the altcoin space, is the insane amount of money that is rushing into the Aptos network.
Just look at this slide. This really tells the whole story. Look how that Aptos bar just dwarfs everyone else. In one day, Aptos has pulled in $426 million in stablecoins. That's cash moving onto the network, ready to be used. I mean, it absolutely crushes what giants like Ethereum and BNB Chain are seeing. It's a huge sign that big money is placing a major bet on Aptos right now.
And speaking of these growing ecosystems, all this market chaos hasn't slowed down innovation one bit. So let's take a quick look at what's being built for the next chapter of DeFi.
And hey, for anyone who's kind of new here, what even is DeFi? Well, think of it like this. It's a whole new financial system being built on the blockchain. It lets you do things like lend and borrow money, all without needing to go through a traditional bank. And this is a perfect example of progress in that space. There's a project called Mutium Finance. They just confirmed a testnet is coming soon. They passed a huge security audit with a top firm, and they've already raised over $20 million. It's just a great reminder that no matter what the price charts do day to day, people are out there building the future. Okay, so a lot has happened today. Let's boil it all down.
What are the key things you need to be watching for the next few days? First, keep your eyes peeled for more institutional news. This Vanguard effect could be just the beginning. Second, follow the money. That tidal wave of cash into Aptos, that's what we call a leading indicator, and you don't want to ignore it. And third, be smart about DeFi security. When prices go up, these projects become much bigger targets, and a major hack could send ripples across the whole market. And that leaves us with one last big question to chew on. With giants like Vanguard finally jumping in and central banks backing off a bit, are we actually watching the crypto market enter a totally new era? A lot to think about. And that's where we'll leave it for today. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow.